Welcome to A Songwriter's Journey. I'm Bob Williams. Thanks for tuning in. This podcast is where I'm going to share the stories behind the songs that I've written, why I wrote them, and the process that I went through in writing them. I started writing songs as soon as I could play a couple chords. I think that was around 1965. I just never stopped. These songs come from my own influences and inspirations. My style is not complicated. A good song should be able to stand on its own without being overproduced. It's not my aim to make this a teaching podcast, but to share my own songs, my songwriting, and the process that I go through in writing the songs. I hope to find a few people that find this interesting and will be subscribing in and following the other episodes. So today we're going to do the story behind the song, how the song came together, and then I'll play the song for you. This is the first podcast, so I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be bare bones, nothing fancy, just me, a guitar, and telling you the stories behind the songs. So today's song is Cinderella. I started on this song June of 2021. I think I had just watched A Star Was Born. So I was in that kind of mode thinking about that stuff. And the pandemic was kind of winding down. And I was thinking about a guy who's a musician who hooks up with a more famous musician. And obviously a guy hooking up with a female. And that was my thoughts on the song. And the original thing I had in my head, it was kind of like a takeoff on Wake Up Little Susie. What I had was Cinderella, It's After Midnight, and that was just stuck in my head for a long time. And it finally started to come together, Cinderella After the Ball. And I was thinking, well, there was a longer version of this song, and in that version, that's where it was basically Nashville, it was obvious that it was a songwriter or artist. And over time, working with some producers and stuff, and this song actually has never been recorded yet, but I've worked it out with a few people. The song, we ended up cutting that all out, which made the song much more universal. It's there if you look for it, if you know for it, but the song became very universal. So it starts off with, even a fool could see this was coming to an end, the last to know what you wanted and what was being said. Good enough wasn't long enough, and now you're moving on. Moving on always leaves someone behind. And then the chorus is, feels like Cinderella after the ball. It's after midnight, time for me to go. The party was great, but it's over, and I feel like Cinderella after the ball. So the funny thing was, in my head, my picture of this was always, it's a guy and that feels like Cinderella, and that was really the story that I was trying to get out. And then talking to some people was really interesting. I've got to play this song out a lot solo, and I've played it with my band, the Pearl Street Band in Florida here. And I've had women come up to me and say, well, I had a woman come up to me and say that that wasn't true. She really related to the song. So I guess it was just a funny thing that Cinderella could feel like Cinderella could be a guy, could be a girl, and I guess that's just part of making it very universal. And then there's a line in here that I had for years, and the line is, the loneliest I ever was the last night with you. And the story, I just had that line originally. I'm just looking at my notes. I had something that was the loneliest I've ever been was lying next to you, whatever I had. And I had that line, and I was waiting for a chance to use it. And I was at a songwriting thing, people sharing songs, and this woman, Jane, had a song, and that was in her song. I had to go home and take a shoot of my little notes and send it over to her, which I think I'm going to try to put into the video. So anyway, let's get on to playing Cinderella. Even a fool could see it was coming to an end. last to know what you wanted, what was being said. Good enough wasn't long enough, and now you're moving on. Moving on, always leave someone behind. And it feels like Cinderella after the ball. It's after midnight, time for me to go. The party was great, but it's over. And I feel like Cinderella after the ball. The world was closing down, it left just you and me. We headed to the mountains to hide away. We sang and played for hours in a place we made our own. We laughed about whether we'd ever go home. And it feels like Cinderella after the ball. It's after midnight, time for me to go. The party was great, but it's over. And I feel like Cinderella after the ball. And the loneliest I ever was the last night with you. Everything I ever wanted, from warm to cold. And when you finally said it, our time turned to sand. Now I'm standing at the counter, ticket in my hand. And it feels like Cinderella after the ball. It's after midnight, time for me to go. The party was great, but it's over. And I feel like Cinderella after the ball. Yeah, just like Cinderella after the ball. There you go. So that line, the loneliest I ever was the last night with you. That line to me in the song was so important. It has so much emotion behind it. I mean, I don't want to say we've all been there, but it's a thing when you're with somebody and you know it's over, and maybe you're spending that last time with them and you know it's over. And that loneliness of just being with somebody like that. It's so what I do there, I alternate in the song. I learned this at a workshop because I don't do anything complicated. I might be picking the verses and then I'm strumming the chorus, or sometimes I'll be doing the opposite. But what I did here to emphasize the loneliness ever was line was loneliest I ever was, it's the last night with you. Just stopping the song and doing that to really punch that in. So, like I said, I hope to get this song recorded, but until then, I do know it's on a video, a live performance where I'm playing with my friend Jack, who's playing fiddle. It's on my website. You can find it in there. It's part of a 6-song set I did at the Alliance of the Arts, and that'll pop up on my website. In the meantime, before I go, a quick ask. Please subscribe below and share. check out my website. There's lots of songs and videos waiting for you there. It's all free. There's a link coming at the end so you can find it. I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a comment or a question, whatever. Let's connect. If you hear a song and you like the chord sheet for it, or any questions, just ask. I'd be happy to connect. If you're a songwriter, remember only you can write your songs. And if you don't, Bob Dylan's going to write them. And he's got enough songs already. So until the next time, I'm Bob Williams. Thanks for tuning in and being part of my songwriting journey. Next time.